Okay, I just wanted to do a very quick video about this because it took me a long time to work out this problem. I've seen a lot about it on forums, and now that I've found the fix, or at least in my case, I wanted to quickly share it. So there's no production in this, I'm just doing it on my iPhone just to get the information out there. Okay, so the symptoms. A lot of people comment that they get a suspension knock, or what sounds like a suspension knock from the BMW i3 at low speed. It sounds like it's coming from the near side on a UK car, so that's the front left of the vehicle. And after looking at some blogs and finally finding some information, I found the fix, at least in my case, and I want to share it with you. It's actually a really weird fix. So let's start by taking off this cover and showing you some of the background. So in here are some of the cooling systems for the battery pack. So you've got these two reservoirs, one of which is battery coolant, one of which is air conditioning coolant. These hoses run down the left hand side of the vehicle. I'm not going to bother showing you too much more here because the real issue is in the underbody of the vehicle. So let's go round to the front near side wheel, near side in the UK anyway. I've already turned the steering around, and the issue is now that I'm not going to have enough light to show you. Okay, you're going to have to take my word on this because I don't have a lead light or something to put under here. But if you stare into the wheel well, you'll see there's a black plastic liner, the usual things that are added to modern cars to keep the mud from going up into places where it's not wanted. Now those hoses that we saw at the top of the engine bay run down through the engine bay, and they pass behind the black plastic liner, which is here, and under certain circumstances those hoses will tap or rattle against the black plastic wheel well liner, and from inside the car it sounds like you've got a suspension knock, either an issue with an anti-roll bar bush, anti-roll bar linkage, or the shock absorber being slightly slack. It's a hollow, annoying knock that you mainly hear at low speed when the left-hand front wheel travels over a bump, and it's not that at all. So if I pull this down, and again, sorry guys, this is a really quick shoddy video, but looking at the back of the wheel arch, you've got this triangular section of bodywork which any i3 owner will be familiar with, and under here you've also got the jacking point. Now just in front of the jacking point, so much closer to the wheel arch, there are spaces that you can reach your hand into. These hollows here, and within here you will be able to feel these two hoses. They're a bit like traditional radiator hoses in a conventional combustion engine car, although they're quite a lot smaller in diameter. They pass back into the battery pack and pass the coolant between the front of the car and the battery pack. To stop the rattling, you basically need to feel around in here, identify the hoses, and then use some foam or sponge. You could buy a car wash sponge and cut it up into pieces and pack them out so that they can't rattle within that space. You can also feel slightly further forward. There's a piece of the foam that I've just put in has fallen out. How useful. I need to address that, obviously. Yeah, so they're fairly rigid, but they will tap against this black plastic under tray. So have a go at that if you're getting a knock from the front of your BMW i3. Give it a try. You've got nothing to lose apart from a bit of time spent under the car. It's going to be easier if you jack up the front of the car, but it's not actually that necessary as long as you're fairly nimble. You'll soon be able to identify those hoses by feel, move them around a bit, and you'll hear them tap against the black plastic of the wheel arch liner, and then find something soft to pack them out and stop them moving around. Okay guys, I hope that solves your problem with your i3.